Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I find myself back from work a little bit earlier today. Got some extra spare time on my hands, which has been a rare occurrence since I started full-time last, that was a couple of months ago, I think. So I figured why not spend some extra time streaming. I'm gonna be playing Hearthstone tonight. I expect it will be a fairly short session, 1 hour, maybe 2. But we'll see. I might play longer if I really start to get into it. So, we've got some pretty interesting collections this time around. I've updated this since my last stream. The Shadowpriest deck that I was working with before, which originally comes from Glass, it's been modified a bit. I did not have Vol'jin when I first made this deck, and I was planning on crafting him, but that was actually before they announced the standard format. And at this point, I just don't see myself dropping 1600 dust on a sort of middling quality legendary that's going to be cycling out pretty soon. So instead, I went ahead and replaced it with Confessor Paletris. And as you can see, I was very lucky I got a golden one. I usually end up disenchanting most of my golden cards, but not this one. This one I get to keep. And what's pretty cool is whenever she summons a minion, it becomes golden too. So it's nice to have. Other than that, the deck is mostly unchanged. It's surprisingly defensive, but we won't go into it too much until we actually start to play with it. I did ditch the Reno Hunter deck. Just wasn't quite there. There's another Reno list that I might want to try at some point, but we'll see. Reno Hunter was a lot of fun because it lets you play mid-range or late game, and you can even rush some people down. It's based off of the matchup and sort of how you want to play the deck. And I think that's really cool. They can play 3 different playstyles in the same deck. We've got a grinder mage build, nothing too special. I've had kind of a hard time finding a mage deck that's actually relatively fun to play this season. I mean, Tempo's okay, but Tempo's been around for ages, and it just kind of bores me now. I'm on the lookout for better mage concept decks. If you come across one, maybe a good Echo deck, let me know and I might check it out. Fairly standard Control Warrior. I sort of have to be a little bit selective sometimes with my Control Warrior decks, because even though I've had this account for ages and ages, I still don't have every single sort of staple Control Warrior card. I don't have Ysera, for example, which is a big one, but Forsen put up a list on Tempo Storm that I actually have the cards for. And it's been doing decently. I don't think it's quite as good as the mainstream Control Warrior, but it's almost as good. Druid deck, it's sort of got billed as a combo deck, which is, you know, I mean, to a certain extent all Druid decks are, right, with the Force of Nature Savage Roar combo. But this one is a little bit less based around it. It's about 99% mid-range Druid, though. Don't know how much of that I'll be playing, but that's, it's more fun to me playing mid-range Druid than it is playing Zoo. Zoo is pretty mindless. This is a Battle Cry Paladin. Got a lot of the Paladin decks right now. Aggro Paladin, Secret Paladin, pretty mindless, so went for something a little different there. Zoo deck, pretty much standard fare here. It does run 2 Sea Giants and an Enhanced Mechano. And then we've got these pretty neat Shaman decks. The Rogue deck, I'm not sure if I'm going to play. Bit of a piratey themed rogue. It does have Captain Greenskin, and that's one of those cards where I had to sit and think long and hard about whether or not I was going to actually disenchant it. And I decided to keep it around. So this deck, not very good. Rogues are not very good in general right now, but we might give that a look-see. Rogues can be fun. We've got Kalento's Reno Shaman, which has definitely been outperforming the Control Shaman, though not sort of your standard aggro Shaman deck. I'll probably be playing the Reno Shaman tonight. So, let's get started. Hop back onto the ladder. I think probably my favorite deck to play out of this group is going to be the I have another priest deck here. Let's open up the deck tracker. It's a Brian Kibler's Shadow Reno. Here we go. I didn't realize that I deleted that. So, let's go in there and just real quick have the deck tracker make this for us. And if you've not seen Hearthstone deck tracker do this before, you're in for a treat. Or yes. I went back to this screen. My bad. Alright. I'm gonna move the mouse for me a few times here while it gets confused. Good grief, they've really improved that formula. Look at how fast that is. But yeah, I thought that it kicked me back to the core deck selection menu here, and it didn't. It just filled out all those cards so quickly that I didn't even see it. No, it didn't. It selected Classic Priest. Okay. I thought that they'd finally implemented memory scanning, but it doesn't look so. It's probably going to go through and move my mouse for me and do it sort of the script kiddie way. Let's try that now. Yeah, here we go. It's a nice touch that it also enters the title of the deck at the top. Saves you a little bit of time. So yeah, so fast compared to trying to, you know, have a website going in one monitor and Hearthstone open in the next and sort of going back and forth, and then you inevitably miss one. You have to go back through the whole list. Hearthstone deck tracker. Makes your life so much easier. This is going to be the deck that we start with. Kind of slow tonight. I'm a little surprised. Plenty of streamers on playing Hearthstone tonight. And it's a little bit past rush hour. So I expect there to be a lot of people on tonight.
For Doomhammer.
Oh yeah, Innkeeper sort of... Let's kill Innkeeper. They both do digital deck displays. I'm gonna get rid of all these. Excavated Evil can be decent against an aggro Shaman, but it's not worth keeping in the opener. It's just too expensive. See if we can get some defensive cards. Oh, it's not bad. Turn 3 is going to be interesting. Probably going to coin a Thoughtsteal on turn 2. Maybe play Acolyte on turn 3, depending on what he plays. And if I can afford to be that passive, Holy Smite will be good for getting rid of some of the early game minions. It's actually a surprisingly defensive card. Especially in this meta. A lot more often use Holy Smite for just killing off one of those early rush minions more than anything else. Not worth it against the Tunnel Trog. Of course, it's a big weakness, and why so many Shamans, or so many Priests rather, eschew Holy Smite in favor of the cards is that you get those high health minions where, oh my gosh, Nightmare opening from Shaman. I have absolutely no answer. But one thing's for sure, I can't really afford to be all that passive. That said, neither of the Acolyte nor the Thoughtsteal is really all that active either, so we're going to Thoughtsteal this turn because we have no choice, and hope we get something a little bit better. Lava Blast is pretty good. Yeah. Already, the Trog is out of control. Seriously considering blowing a Lava Burst if I don't draw into something better. Nah, this deck is going to get wrecked, but we're going to try our best. Next turn we'll have 2 mana, be able to heal ourselves. Hopefully we'll be able to draw something a little bit better. Yeah. Totem Golem requires two lightning bolts to take out that one card. Yeah, if there was any doubt in your mind about whether or not this is aggro Shaman, that lightning bolt to the face definitely sealed it. Yeah, I don't really have a good follow-up to Holy Smite, so we're just going to play the Garrison Commander and punish the hell out of him if he leaves it up. does not. He trades, but that does put him in Holy Smite range. Let's see if he gets the Hunter power. Might go for life tap if he doesn't. Dagger. Respectable. So he's playing this a little slower than I would have expected for pure aggro. No problem there though, since I'm already at 15. Jesus. Less. Down to 10 now. Probably 9 total. Can I attack with that? No. Alright. Power costs 1. That might be worth it, but I kind of want to get some of this garbage off the board. Take minimum 4 next turn from what he's showing right now. Is there anything better I can do? I can Velen's it or Sergeant next turn, so I think I gotta take this. Priest really, really needs a board presence to be effective at all. Having that minion on the board if he leaves it alive will open up a lot of options, and he might be pretty tempted to go face this turn. Does he have the Rock Biter? This 10, he does. Alright, GG. I'm gonna tap out now.
You have best.
Oh, that mid-animation concede going through is one of the best features they've ever added in a Hearthstone patch, in my opinion. Losses to bullshit aggro decks are going to happen, especially when you decide that you're not going to play a Flavor of the Month. No big deal. Found an opponent much quicker this time, thank goodness for that. Oh, well, it's more than likely Zoo Warlock. That's the most likely of the ones that we have. While Pyromancer could sort of be as bad as good for us if it starts damaging eggs, but we're definitely going to keep the Deathlord. Really glad we drew that during the opening hand.
Greeting.
It can be surprisingly difficult to tell the difference between Reno and Zoo in the early game. Giblin Stalker suggests Reno to me. Heal mind games. So, Deathlord next. Egg. Leaning towards Zoo. And he did go face with the Stalker. He could be a noob. That just sort of... One of the common mistakes that lower rank players tend to make is they tend not to have the trigger discipline to keep their minions in stealth. But usually it's a pretty good idea, especially if your opponent isn't threatening much and doesn't have enough mana to play AoE. Zoo is pretty good versus this deck, because Shadowpriest depends a lot. It's a surprisingly late game deck for a deck based around replacing a heal or power with a damage one.
Why do you call?
And you can't be too afraid to just to pop the egg with your AoE. I think we kind of just want to live as long as possible. Maybe he'll play more minions on the board, and if we draw into an Excavated Evil, we could potentially play that next turn. Run 2 Excavated. We could only runs run. Still, we can play Sludge Belcher. I'm not gonna tap out now, but I feel like it, you know? Good grief. What's best here? Yeah, the Belcher will get stomped right away, and we were planning on just light bombing next turn, so I think we're just gonna play this guy. live as long as we can through the initial damage and start getting that efficiency from our AoE clears as we keep going. I think I actually feel okay about this thus far. So he's probably clearing space to play another minion, which is kinda good for us. Yeah, so we're gonna be able to wipe out both of his knife jugglers. And one light bomb. Won't even pop his egg. It's for our luxury. Probably won't play Paletress next turn. Probably Sledge Belcher and heal.
My shield for Argus.
Could steal that. Could steal his egg. Might do that. A lot of my AoEs are going to be pretty indiscriminate. So I don't think it's going to be too hard for me to pop that egg on my own.
I wonder.
Premature for Paletress.
Let me change your mind.
Paletress can be reasonable against Zoo, especially if you have something to hide it behind. It's one of those cards that they've really got to be in striking distance of killing you outright for them to sort of avoid it. It's definitely a must-kill now card. Which means, in effect, you draw out the game. And, boy. Oh, pain. But we can clear out his board here. Sort of hope he doesn't have much else. It's definitely worthwhile, and then we've got a heal here. The Garrison Commander is nice, especially because it would have let us heal twice next turn, but you're dead to so many things at 4 life. Wolf Rider, nope. We live. That is outstanding news. I think I am gonna heal this guy.
Obey.
Sort of debatable whether it was the right idea to trade there, because I did decide to leave this one up, which means power overwhelming and abusive sergeant shenanigans are still possible. My gut kind of tells me, though, that if I don't start getting some face damage in, he's going to get through my, my 6 HP. Tournament Medic would be great right about now. Yeah, I think we're going to heal twice this turn. It's so tempting to play the Kodo Rider because we've got it behind a taunt, but really we just have to survive at this point. And let's Power Word Shield this. Why not the 4-1? Because again, it's all about survival at this point.
Obey.
You don't need maximum value to win in this game. Let's match up, brother. Oh, got us low though, that's pretty nice. Normally you just get crap when you're playing against 2. But this kind of situation, it's nice to have more. And already, you know, because of the aggressive tapping that he's been doing, he's already pretty close to lethal for us. Might be able to get him with a surprise shadow for him. Interesting. So yeah, he still feels like he can, we've got this. Yeah, we've got this. Well played, sir. Maximum BM? Nah.
Obey.
It's really not that bad against 2. And the deck is mostly defensive because most of the sort of the power priest cards are And we've got a lot of ones that key off of my hero power, of course, since when you go into Shadow form, getting a 2 damage hero power is nothing to sneeze at. So we've got Nexus Champion, we've got Confessor Paletress, already a good card in Priest of its own right.
Versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin.
There's some weird hunter decks out there, but nobody seems to play them all that much except me. So we're gonna assume aggro for now. We'll probably stand to crank the music up a little bit. There we go.
Greetings.
Greetings, traveler.
I find that people tend to return your greetings a little less frequently if they're playing aggro. It could be like one of those old wives' tales, but I'd like to think that sometimes people are just so fucking embarrassed. They don't want to say hello. They're playing aggro. No, don't talk to me. Well, we did get him to blow that defensively, which is actually okay. Even against Reno Hunter. I mean, the odds of him playing Reno Hunter are pretty long, but even if he is, we can most likely beat him in the late game. Here, I do want to play on Curve. Even though he'll just, yeah. If I had something that did 1 damage, and when do you ever, if you're a priest, I would have gone with that, but I think this is best. And I do want to kind of get out there onto the board, so I'll take the Dark Cultist, because assuming I can secure my board presence with Dark Cultist. Getting a minion out there that I can buff and possibly heal. Well, we're doing good on not giving him much to unleash the hounds on. In this situation, just want to get rid of that damn raptor. We're only at 25 and it's turn 4. I think we can afford to shadow for him.
I must consider.
It's more than likely Fleezing or Explosive Trap, right? It could be Bear. Let's see. Sort of iffy on this play versus just playing the tournament medic. Could have gone both ways at that, but at least this way we've got Shadow, our Shadow form out early. Earlier we get that out in the game, the better it is. Quick shot to the face. This was a pretty darn weak turn for him. Well, we could Belcher. I'm tempted to Acolyte, though, if it is explosive. He's still not really threatening us all that much. Yeah.
Let the pain speak to me.
Huh. That's actually not that bad. Alright, so we cleared a secret. Yeah, for some reason I never expect the swipe or the snipe. So seldom played in Hunter. It is more common at lower ranks, though. I have noticed that. At lower ranks, people tend to like swipe. Well, we've got our Reno. And he is enabled. So, again, I'm not really that worried about the board. Either of these are really worth entombing, Excavated Evil. It's decent here. If he goes face, we can pick it off with the hero power if he trades. Good news for us. See if he's got Wolf Rider. Well, we're definitely going to entomb that. Yeah, we're entombing this. Pity we didn't have Alkanai Soul Priest, right? And this deck doesn't run it. Well, I would be scared of that if I didn't have Reno. So 14 is kinda low, even though he does have only 2 cards in his hand. So how dangerous do I want to be here? Got a 2 follow-up if I Cabal, but I could play Wild Pyromancer. Alternatively, I could get the Tournament Medic out and the Pyromancer.
I'm sentimental.
I think this is better.
Let me change your mind.
And we'll more than likely,
I've got
play
some
this.
habits
It will feed the Unleash.
explain.
One extra hand isn't going to make the difference here.
Go to the corner. And I end up in Spain. I try to change me now.
What kind of beast follow-up does he have? Oh, he's trading. That's good.
I sit and daydream. I got daydreams galore.
It's probably Reno Dark Cultist, I'm guessing.
Cigarette ashes. There they go on the floor.
Yeah.
Go away weekends. Leave my keys in the door. Why try to change me now?
Nah.
We're gonna be
Do
rich.
this. And trade here. That's more or less going to secure the win for us. I wouldn't be surprised if he taps out right here. It's a big swing. It's a Texas Hold'em poker swing for one turn. He went from feeling like he had a 50-50 sort of chance to take us down from 6 to just no hope.
'Cause I can't see
Uh,
my strange little world.
Yeah.
Just go passing
I have read from the course.
Gold Belcher. Even more secure now.
Let 'em frown. You know I love you till the moon's upside down. Don't
What you got, buddy?
remember I was always your clown.
Gotta give him points for Heart for staying in it.
Tried to take
This, this might make him quit, though. I think to really directly contest this. I could buff my Reno and trade. What's the point, though, really? Sure.
How much?
Fine.
Take this.
So it's just going to keep getting more and more ridiculous from here. It's not the kind of deck where you can secure a win quickly when you're ahead. You oftentimes... One of the big weaknesses of Shadow Reno that I've seen is that it's a deck where a lot of times you get close to winning back the board, particularly against aggro, but you can't secure the win quickly enough. So it's mostly with aggro decks. You know, if we make it to turn 10, they're guaranteed to lose. But in this case, sometimes you end up snatching defeat from the jaws of victory because you can't win quickly. You end up playing so defensive against aggro that they end up stuck on 30 health. You don't deal a lot of damage. You end up trading a lot because you're behind, and yeah, just can't secure out the win as quickly as some decks like Control Warrior, for example, can get out a really good Grom combo along about turn 10.
I was
If they make it there against aggro. The tables turn really quickly.
I must protect the one.
Why try to
Do I keep the Holy Smite? It is one of my only 1-drops with a really annoying early game card for Druid. is aspirant.
Why try to change?
Whatever, I'll keep it. I think I'll probably end up keeping the Sunjin too. Need a card that's that defensive against a mid-range druid. Not that early in the game. Oh, Pyromancer isn't bad. Especially if you Living Roots us.
Greetings.
My greetings.
Does synergize well with the Holy Smite too in the early game. It's an enormous luxury to be able to kill 1 health minions this early on as Priest. Oh yeah. That's good. Good stuff. Anything more that he plays with 2 health, and we can kill this turn just with AoE. Power Word, shield him first, and then Holy Smite. We'll see if he reveals the Shade. Probably he won't. Terrible Wrath for me. Terrible. My turn 3 play is now Heal Face. I can't even nuke the Shade with Holy Smite and kill it now. Darn it. Yeah. I'm not gonna smite it. I prefer having the surprise factor for that. It's not like it's gonna kill it anyways, right?
Unleash the beast.
Good thing we've got Death. If I had a 3-drop, I'd probably play it and play Power Word Shield, but I don't. Smite does nothing. Senjin does nothing. We want to prevent the efficiency train from running on this. And I sincerely doubt he's got an Earthen Ring Farseer or something. So, I am very tempted to smite. Shade's getting out of control. Out of control, boys. Pretty weak turn 4, just hitting face. Menace, mid-range druid is on top of the ladder for a reason, though. Even with a turn that abysmal, straight up destroy us anyways. If he marks of the wilds that he can kill the Sunjin in one go. But if he does attack into that, good silence, Drat. Oh, good news for us that he traded. That's very lucky indeed. Huh, so... Shadow form, nuke it. I do kind of like that. I mean, it's better than getting the Maiden of the Lake out. That's far from being a critical card. In fact, I'm considering dropping Maiden of the Lake. So yeah, let's do this.
Well played.
All the good things you got going for you, Shadowpriest, is that surprise factor. You seriously do have to clear pretty much every minion the druid plays because of Shadow's Roar. Light bomb here. I don't think we have much of a choice with the Emperor down. Screw it, let's light bomb. Things will start turning around in our favor now.
Where shall I start?
That said, Druid is usually an auto lose for me on the ladder, so we might start to gain momentum only to lose it to a combo in one round. Definitely can happen. I think Entombing is better than Sylvanas here. Yeah. Fine target to Entomb. Sincerely doubt he runs like Ironbark Protector or anything like that. And Ancient of Lore is decent, but we need to survive. Aspirant kind of counters my Sylvanas. Doesn't hard counter it, but still feels bad. So I am tempted to Confessor. If he's got a Savage Roar, or if he's got combo, we lose next turn anyway, but we're going to lose anyways because we can't eliminate both minions since he's got that. So we just kind of have to go for this and hope he doesn't have the combo. Not entirely sure what I should have taken. I definitely shouldn't have hit enemy turn, end turn button that quickly because sometimes you do draw, like an 8-8 charge. It's happened to me so many times. Play Confessor Paletress, get a charge, press the end button before the animation finishes because it's a really long one. End up missing like 8 damage. Cleared by hitting it with his hero power. Okay, well, that's both swipes now. Can we get a Reno? We cannot. Alright. Well, something to be said for getting out Sylvanas as a deterrent, but we need to play Excavated Evil this turn. This, clear that, probably die. Anyways, that was, I think, a good play.
Well played.
Where shall I strike?
Yep, well played.
Well played.
That's alright. Actually didn't go half bad compared to how mid-range Druid can sometimes go. We almost held him off there. Some more Shadow Reno, and then we might switch decks after this. Alright, what do you think, guys? Do you think we should give the Senf Glass Shadowpriest deck a try? What have we got? Well, there is Control Shaman and Reno Shaman. I could see playing some Control Shaman. Velen's is good in the beginning, but I want to make sure you've got something to cast him on. I will do this fight. This deck is pretty decent against Secret Paladin. Aggro. Oh, that's good news for us. Shields up, red alert. No. Unbelievably weak turn 2 as well. Definitely not clear. I'm not worried about Muster. I'm not worried about Quartermaster. Most decks don't play Quartermaster anymore. Still have no play. I'm not going to blow the Holy Smite on that. Still could be anything. Although it's less likely to be aggro. More likely to be sort of a mid-rangey or possibly even a Murloc deck. Yeah, we'll play the taunt. So it makes this 1/1s useless. And buys us more time to play something nice behind it. And a trade, really. That's good news. Most varieties of Paladin, except Murloc, we can win against. Turn 10-ish. Well, we're not going to play Healbot, we're not going to Smite, so...
I am freed from the curse.
Pretty much our only play. Our hand is pretty late game heavy. But considering the slow pace that this game has been going... Are there any mill Paladin decks? I'm sure someone must have invented one, but I don't think I've ever seen one before. I'm guessing he just drew unbelievably poorly.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I think they're playing a sort of budget paladin, mid-range. I'm a little bit more concerned than I know otherwise would be about, Shadowward Pain. Heal does nothing for us. I want to kill both of these off.
Take this blade.
I think I'll save my Shadow Word for something else. More things that I can Shadow Word Pain to kill. Then Holy Smite. It's a pretty abysmal card, actually. So we've already got our hero power synergy, and the priest normal healing power ain't half bad. It would be a lot better if we had taken more damage at this point. But the synergy is nice, and if we're lucky, we'll draw into a shadow form next turn. It would be very lucky. Good chance if he doesn't play any big threats, we'll play Paletriss next turn.
Let me think.
I can imagine a few cards that would actually genuinely force us to play Shadowward Pain. Especially considering that Paletriss has 4 health.
I must move quickly.
So anything that had 4 health and was threatening next turn, it would make me not want to play Paletriss. Is not going to be Shadowward Painable anyways. Well, I guess this is a free win. Saw his card move, so he came back.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Sorry, bud. So sorry. This is such a big threat. They might keep my other synergies, hero power synergies alive. But if this stays alive, oh man. Even if I'm healing for nothing, it's still, being able to get 2 legendary minions and oh, poor baby, he doesn't have the removal. I feel so bad for him. Okay, so I can heal twice for 2 mana this turn. So I can afford to Shadowward Pain that, because that's only 4 mana. Do this. Get rid of this. There might be a case for healing first, just to see what you get out of the legendary, out of Confessor Paletriss, see which legendary you get, but I don't hear all that much. Man, of all the games to be lucky in, like, I'm getting just such great RNG, and he's getting such poor RNG. And I really don't need Ysera to close this game out, but hey, I'm not gonna argue. Golden Ysera. Let's see what our golden legendaries look like. Oof. I'm so sorry, bro. So sorry about this. I don't need to bother killing the rag. How much damage do I have? 10, 14, 18, 21, yep.
Well played.
Well played, sir. And let's see what we get. Just because.
Prepare yourselves for the ultimate test.
I do kind of get what people say when they say that Paletriss is sort of a win more card. It kind of is, but it does fit in with the priest theme very well of generating or stealing your opponent's things instead of keeping lots of big legendaries in the deck of your own. That playstyle is very common, dominant with priest, including in control priest.
Anduin versus Geralt.
That said, there are probably 7 or 8 drops we could go with,
The light
but
shall bring
not
victory.
in a shadow priest deck because you just get so much synergy off of that. see, warrior. Really demand early game against a warrior, so I will shuffle in Shrinkmeister and Tournament Medic. I keep Thought Still. If it's control, we'll steal some pretty good cards. And if it's not, those other cards wouldn't have been great against mech or aggro war.
Greetings.
I'm gonna coin out the Pyro. I don't think so. It's probably got Win Axe. They usually do. Might coin out Shadow Form though if he doesn't play anything. Or if we don't see an Armor Smith. If we do see an Armor Smith, we'll probably paint it. Is he gonna go face? No. Yeah, that's more than likely control. I don't care so much about him killing the Curator with his axe. It's mostly for the battle cry. Bloodhoof is pretty good. And since it's looking more like control now, I think we can afford to take a slower card. Well, that is an outstanding card to Shadow Word Pain. It's gotta be said. And we have our follow-up. Nice. He'll probably Win Axe it, but that's alright. It's something my other drops won't have to deal with in that case. If he draws a Death Spite. It'd be weird not seeing that card anymore. It's Noxramus, right? I'm pretty sure that it is. No 4 damage, 4 drop weapon for warriors anymore. I'll be losing Belcher, which is huge in control, but it's kind of huge for everybody. Monkey doesn't represent too much of a threat. I could just Thought Steal here. It's not like Shadow Forming is going to do much for me. I kind of want to save the coin for a Pyromancer combo, so yeah, let's just Thought Steal. Ooh, is it Dragon Warrior? Could be. It could be budget control. But it's more than likely Dragon Warrior, which is... Definitely was a weak archetype when more people were running it before, a couple of months ago. And it's definitely the weakest of the main warrior archetypes now. Aggro or mech warrior actually outperforms Dragon now. I have no off-the-cuff damage. But I could Wild Powermancer Acolyte Coin. I don't think I will. I don't really need the extra cards, you know? So coin out Cairn? Yeah, I think it's time. I don't need the combo with Wild Powermancer all that much. We've got plenty of AoE in the deck. Also still kind of keeps him guessing that we're playing Shadowpriest.
For the Lightbinder.
I'm really not that worried overall about Dragon Warrior, and he's trading. That's nice. Very nice. I wonder if that's how warriors really should play against Priest, assuming he thinks I'm Control Priest. Yeah. We are tipping our hand that we're Shadow, but it was definitely the best play that turn.
I wield the power.
Should have maybe seen that coming, but it probably wouldn't have changed my play. I don't think it would have changed it at all, really. Hero power twice. Yes, please. See, this is so nice. Because a lot of times, Shadowpriest feels like he spent just too much in the setup. You know, you end up holding on to your regular Priest hero power when you run into aggro, because you need the healing, right? You just need it. Probably not that bad from his perspective, but it does enable our big game. It's a really good big game target too, because you can't big game Ysera anyways. And the while we almost certainly could get an Alex Strasser or something, Grom is a much bigger threat.
I've got the beast in my sight.
And do we want to Pyro? Sort of anti-synergy is the big game Hunter, but it does let us... I think one way or the other, Shrinkmeister is going to actually end up doing work for us this time around. Do not get the Excavated Evil, not that it would have been too much use for us. We can Holy Nova and kill the Drake, but it's not like the spell damage is doing much synergy for him, so it's not exactly a priority target we have to kill.
Must consider.
I think I kind of want to make him scramble to get through that shield by playing the Kodo Rider. But it is a good turn to play Nefarian.
Let's get
Gotcha.
Case could be made for both, but I like this play. Especially like playing Kodo Rider when I have a taunt. Because while Dragon Warrior has a lot of tools to get a decent board presence and keep it, case in point, they don't have a lot of removal, especially for things they can't do 1 damage to. Pretty paltry weapons there too. Yep. So yeah, normally Ysera is a remove now card, but we don't have the tool to do it. So it's staying on the board is pretty much a given. The question is, what else do we do? Anti-Keelbot. Don't want to play that before Reno anyways. So I think Maiden Lake probably into Holy Nova. Yeah. I kind of want to keep my Holy Nova.
I wonder.
But then again,
Freed from the curse.
that's tough.
Stampede!
Just don't see myself playing the Shrinkmeister this turn. I want to save it in case I do draw into something I can steal. Like if I draw into a Cabal Shadowpriest or...
Back to work.
Okay, now I've already used my Shadowword Pain, so that wouldn't make a difference. Does he have the Execute? He might blow some removal. Yeah, he's gonna blow the Execute, which is it's kind of hard to blame him for that. Gonna turn the Maiden? Yeah, that's not too bad. Ysera is terrible news though. I'm hoping we draw into some... Otherwise... I love it. It's the right idea. And we did get the legendary draw here. It is so fun sometimes playing really any variety of priest against warrior, because they just have such great things to steal. We might have lethal next turn, depending on if he brawls here. Yeah, it does go to my hand. I was like 90% sure it would go to my hand with Dream, but I don't know. 3/6. Yeah.
Well played.
Okay, I think it's time to switch things up a little bit. So, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to see more of the decks I've got here. This is Gara's control shaman. He posted it a while back, but it's not like the meta is filled with creative shaman decks right now. Even aggro shaman. I think it's dropped down to tier 2 on the meta snapshot on tempo, and even that I still wouldn't play.
I will fight with honor for Doomhammer.
Urshok's pretty good. Paladins do, most of them do run Blessing of Kings. This is a very decent opening hand against a Paladin.
Greetings,
Just got a Skype message pop up there. Of course, right? Blowing an earth shock on that. Still get it off the board at least. And the totem's like the shield will just stay on forever. Kill my totems for free without even losing a shield. For 3 out of 4 of them at least. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna definitely play the test card in case it is the buff totem. Still no idea what variety of paladin this is. Yeah. So that mid-rangey one. Sure, why? I want to trade it off, I kind of don't. My audio is going choppy as heck. I don't know why that is. Go ahead to the next song. Yeah, TechRay. I'm just hearing why it's doing that. I assume it's all of my audio. One card I've been using more than likely. So, because we know that it's a synergy deck, I'm definitely gonna try. Just be a network hiccup. Because I am getting hold on to the Kazan Mystic and the odd chance that it is in fact Secret Paladin. Play this. And just can't bring myself to trade in this situation. Probably should have traded the or attacked first with the bot. If he does attack it, so that he risked losing. This is fine. This is all good. It's looking like tempo this turn. The other play. here next turn. Yeah. This is an L. Never seen one. Lack of late game, actually, now that I'm looking at it. It just seems like, first. Might get a dagger. Reinforce. Yeah, no tech. Times you'll be behind and you'll be forced to trade your oddly amount of health and barely make a dent into it, only to survive sometimes by turn 8, but this time around it worked out.
Engaging TC-130 mental dislocator.
Sounds like we could trade. Help police thing. Let's see what comes out of the shredder. Terrible. Well, it's not the end of the world. We've got Hex, in case he plays Tyrion. Well, that definitely is worth hexing now by itself. At least we've got something sort of played out here. We really could have used getting the Warlock power from Sir Finley, but alas, it was not to be. Does it go back to 4 health if I Earthshock it? I think it does, so I think I'd rather just play Hex here. Play this, play our Zombie Chow. Earthshock is decent against Tyrion. Although since he played Guardian of Kings, there's a good chance he doesn't have it. It's rank 16. A lot of people don't have it at that rank. It's going to be one long-ass game. At least his Divine Favor, if he's got one, is completely useless. I'm going to kill the recruit instead of the 0-1 taunt. So what else can we draw into? Bran would be nice. If we can keep him alive, he'll enable some of our later game cards. Yeah, I had a feeling Divine Shield that. It's the right play for sure. Kind of don't want him to kill it for free next turn, though, so... Or kill my Fire Elemental for free next turn, so I think I am going to blow my Earth Shot. It's debatable whether that was right. I don't want to trade with 2-2. So he's definitely going to be tempted to make this trade. I almost wish I had my my Shaman hero power back for this situation. You don't really need the extra spaces on the board for anything else. Hey Snowy, how's it going? So we've used up both of our hexes here, and our silences. We do have a big game. Yeah, I think we'll just trade here. Trade, and we will trade here since he likely has more synergy with his recruits than I do with mine. I don't know if he has Quartermaster or it's then +1 attack, but I know I definitely don't. Oh. Great way to learn, Snowy. How new you are to Hearthstone. And I apologize for the audio cut. But also just because right now.
Reporting for duty.
My shield for Argus.
No one that.
Well, reporting for duty.
I'll just leave that up. I'm pretty sure these.
Reporting for duty.
To arms, men.
Yeah. I want to say I don't play a lot either. That's not true because I can sort of pick up a. You know, you're sort of rushing out the door. You just sort of throw it on.
Into the breach.
The battle. Reporting for duty.
3-4 cards ahead. That's just. Big late game swing cards.
Reporting for duty.
Talon, that's the 7/7 that gives you blocks. That's just generally situation. It's pretty typical for.
Reporting for duty. To battle!
Champion chance. Since he's got the Nexus champion that he's got. Yeah, we are definitely gonna.
The battle well played. Reporting for duty.
Because of the wild format coming and with. is League of Explorers. Black Rock Mountain is probably the weakest. It's been released in Hearthstone. And that's like including both adventures, like, and new sets where there's no accompanying adventure. Black Rock, but you can get virtually all the good Black Rock Mountain cards just in the first wing. So I just do the first wing, get Emperor around that. Yeah, I sort of went to buy the 40-pack myself. If they deal on top of it, I might have considered getting it. Not that long, and $39.99 for $40. Might tempt me. I think we'll play Control Warrior. And then I think I'll probably close it there. Like I said, it's gonna. When the stream first started, so I'll do a decks.
I will fight with honor.
Fleece is very decent in the. The rest can go though. And with the kind of audio hiccups I'm getting, I think I'm just going to turn the.
Greetings. Well met.
Shields up. Red alert.
Do you have the artifact? Get back!
Get down!
Get back!
Okay. I'm getting the waveform in OBS, so I know it's transmitting audio. I just refreshed the device driver, though, so let me know if you still can't hear me. And if you don't say anything, I'll presume the answer is yes, and if you say, we can hear you, I'll know you can.
I cannot do that.
Ah, we are just getting shit-stomped to hell and back here. At least he doesn't have a counter spell, so shield blocks you. Nice. Okay, I'm back. So I just had to refresh my device driver for some reason. It's a little disconcerting that it just stopped working for apparently no reason. Something to wank to. What kind of stream is this? What have I gotten myself into? I don't want to execute that. I kind of want to do, because not survival at this point, even though we're likely dead this turn. Yeah, it is a lot of secrets. That's Mysterious Challenger for you. I have kind of wanted to play maybe Mildred, and that is hilarious against Secret Paladin. You sometimes do lose anyways, but I'm gonna check out. Actually, gonna check out Crip's Mildred decklist and see if we can give that a whirl. Let's just take a second here. He streamed it yesterday. Kriparian did, from his channel. If you want to check out his video at some point, but I'll list from right off the stream. Was it yesterday they did it? I guess it was longer than that. Nurse. I wonder if the music just sucking up too much, sending out like 100 times kilobytes upstream. List. Well, thank goodness he's got it in the. Let's try copying this deck. All the cards you have, and we can sort of get a sort of a beginning Mildred deck list going here. I'm nothing if not consistent. Expansion, so I think you probably saw I have something like Healing Touch. Has rotated out since Reno. Tree of Life is also rotated out. That used to. For I forget the name of that. you typically get low. Your deck anyway. Poison Seeds, 2 of those. So yeah, the main combo of this is Explosive Siege triggers your own sheep. Now. It's beautiful. It's a full board clear for next to nothing. Keeper of the Grove, because every druid runs it. You gotta run Keeper. Antique Healbot. Of course. Healbot's got probably might be the from GVG. That said. Alright, how about now? I think my voice will be back now if it's what I think it is, if turning the music off is what's been killing it. Against Rogue, Keeper, silence is less important. Healing Touch we don't need in the opener. We generally want to play Healing Touch after Reno, if we can. And Rogue has a lot of combo damage from like Blade, Flurry, and Oil, but that tends not to come by until later on. Yeah, you're back. Okay, so apparently turning off the music kills my audio in OBS. At least it's good to know that it's not like my sound card just being terrible. I sincerely doubt I'm going to buy and install a new one, even if it does cause crackling. Yeah. Pyro's pretty good against this.
Do you like to play with fire?
It's possible he'll do Deadly Poison. No. No, we're good. Do I believe Hitler did nothing wrong? Well, that's what they say on 4chan, and 4chan is never wrong, right? Never wrong. Both of these are Death Rod, also I kind of don't want to kill. I'm not going to waste removal on either of them. We can afford not to play on curve. We're only at 29, and it's a mill deck. We know we're going to be going to the late game no matter what. Yeah, no, usually there's about a 20, sometimes 25-second delay, sometimes more actually on YouTube, since I know you guys are watching on YouTube. Delay. That reminds me to check the Twitch chat. Hi, Epix's Mouse. Good to see you again, too. Yeah, I've noticed in the past that there's been even more of a delay on YouTube than there is on Twitch. Twitch is usually about 25 seconds between me talking and you hearing it. I do see your chats right away, though. Do I want to naturalize that? He's down to 3 cards, and he's going to build his engine a little bit. But nothing good to coin out on 4. And he doesn't have a lot of big cards. I'll naturalize and see what he gets.
For the wild. Time waits for no one.
I think I'm actually going to hit that. Because I can Hero Power and kill it again next turn. And then possibly drop a sheep. Ordinarily, I just ignore a lot of the heavier Death Rattle minions. Now, this is a hardcore Raptor. Rogue for sure. Everything is Death Rattle. Antique Youthful is going to be coming up as a combo soon, so I'm still not very worried about the damage that's represented here on the board. And Naturalize actually doesn't do much to Raptor. So, important thing is to kill the big Death Rattle minion. So I'm actually going to naturalize the 4-3 over the 4-4. He can still copy the egg, but I'd rather see a card like this. We'll do this. We might play the sheep. We might not. I kind of want to save the sheep. See if we draw some poison seeds. We could use a board clear. Even if we draw it, we won't be playing it with Loatheb.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Well, it does make for a pretty sweet exploding sheep, that's for sure. Coin costs 5. Oh, ruining my day. Just ruining my day. Alright, so 7, 11, 12, 14, 15 on the board.
What to
Another, that pushes that up to 19 with oil. So yeah, he's definitely looking at lethal. If I don't do something about this turn. So I'm actually leaning towards Reno here. Yeah, that's Reno. Because we want the body to trade off for some of the heavier stuff. And then potentially next turn we can explosive sheep poison. Oh shit. Reno didn't trigger. Oh, I completely forgot. I forgot it glows yellow now, and you can tell. And that Crip likes to run 2 different things in his Reno decks. Oh, so much fail. So much fail. Would have lost anyways if I played the heal bot, but still. If I had the time to edit together a fail video, that would definitely be in the highlights reel. Alright, well we gotta play at least one more Reno deck after that, right? Oh my gosh! Joycast chat has actually started working. I actually don't have to tab back and forth between Twitch and YouTube chat. This is a miracle.
Urian!
I must protect the wild. Nature. Served.
I don't want to keep any of these. They are all low mana cost cards. We gotta think about, like, what are the go-to cards against Druid? Probably Swipe It's a good one, although I doubt I'd keep it on Mulligan. Do need to check back on Crypt's videos to see what other cards he has 2 of, since I'm going to need to remember what I need to draw first. I know Healbot is one of them, because we did draw 2 of those, but there's at least one other that there's 2 of in this deck. Explosive Sheep, Wrath, oh wow. There's a lot of 2-drops in this. Huh. Well, that means that cards like Healing Touch and Antique Healbot are probably going to be played before Reno, more often than not. That's alright. Deck's got enough staying power that that lack of efficiency isn't going to cost me too much. I have on 3. I have Brawn that I could theoretically draw into on 3, possibly a Cold Light, but that is going to help him draw into combo. So would a Grove Tender. So maybe we'll get a Wild Pyro, who knows? I can dream. You can see why the Druid combo is so ridiculous, because in every single one of these, it has sort of you can never really totally protect yourself against a combo. Like, the best way to protect yourself is to get armor if you're a class that can get it easily, and to keep your health high. But even if you do that, if you do your best to keep your health high, you kind of don't want to play Reno if you're on 22, and if you do, just the threat of the combo will force huge inefficiencies in trading from you, because you can't leave anything alive on the board, because it's going to be buffed by Savage Roar. And even in a mill deck like this, for example, you're just feeding the combo, and everything dies on the next turn often. Like, all the treants obviously die when they wear off. And usually, you know, that first symptom is your last. As soon as he pulls the combo, you're dead anyways from like 20 health. And in this deck, you can definitely clear what's left after you've done that. But let's swipe this. You can definitely clear what's left, but very often the differential at that point is too late to come back. Especially if you don't have an enabled Reno. So let's see here. 2 Cold Lights, 2 Swipes, 2 Keeper of the Groves, 2 Starfalls, 2 Antique Healbots, 2 Starfires, 2 Explosive Sheaths, 2 Wraths, and 2 Naturalizes. Yeah, there's more cards that have 2, but then not. Quite a surprise. So I could Wrath and Hero Power this, and then follow up with Grove Tender. Yeah. No, I couldn't do that. That'd be too much mana with the Hero Power. Never mind. Yeah. Do it anyways.
For the wild.
What the heck? We're probably going to be drawing into healing soon. That'll give us more mileage of those Healbots and Healing Touch. I'm not going to double check the YouTube chat to see if if you guys have been talking and it hasn't been feeding over to JOI caster in time enough for me to see that part of the chat. I'm streaming both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and to do that so that it doesn't like completely destroy your upload bandwidth, because you don't want to upload to 2 streams at once, because that would have your available bandwidth. So what you do is you upload to a relay, and I'm using JOI caster for that. Silence doesn't do much here. Poison Seeds kinda does. But I kinda want to have a sheep out to do that. 4/6 isn't such a big threat right now. And if he trades, it's not the end of the world.
To the Grand Tournament champion.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to my channel real quick and check the chat. Oh, appears up to date. Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm not missing any of your messages in chat. It's a great silence target. It's definitely a great silence target. What else to play? Probably Grove Tender. Attempted to get the hero power gravy train going. There's no real ideal candidate to use. I don't think, yeah, Druid I don't think has any cards that are really all that enabled by having more of a board presence. He could swipe, but he's going to get 1 point of damage extra efficiency out of it. I'm not too worried about that. Making him draw is definitely a questionable move, because he might draw into combo, but I'm gonna be. I gotta make him draw at some point. Nice. Definitely make my poison seed stronger. There's nothing. Got no problem with that. Follow up. I think I'll hit one of the bombs first.
Trouble?
It might kill my Grove Tender, it might not. Probably hero power here. And then poison seeds. Yeah. I might play Doomsayer as well, just to kind of shut down. This will absorb, like, minimum probably 6 to 7 hit points. And, that's okay, because I actually don't have any healing that's actually enabled at the moment. More than likely we'll draw into it soon, but that's also another good reason why I'm willing to sort of enable his combo at this point. Doesn't look like he's got Separate Drawer. It's definitely good news. If he had decided to hit the Doomsayer there, I would have been very surprised. Ooh, baby. See if it goes face. It's a coin flip. And neither is really great. We can naturalize. Nice. Still can't Reno though. So bad. Just losing to crappy draws is all really. Because odds were good that we're gonna get like one of our heals, and we just didn't.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Reno's not enabled, of course, so I'm seriously tempted to naturalize my own brand, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. See if I can get a heal. I've still got 5 mana left to play the heal bot if I draw it. Oh fuck! It makes him draw, not me. What was I thinking? I must be tired. Can you tell I haven't played Mill in a while? Here I was thinking I was so damn clever. That's alright. I'm sure there's entertainment value to be derived just from the fails.
Who dares defy this ancient?
Does he not have 2 damage? I'm shocked. Shocked and amazed, I say. Okay. We need to draw into some healing here. I'm not even gonna look at the other stuff that I've got. We could naturalize again, I suppose. Thoroughly ambivalent about this play. Well, at least we milled. We're gonna mill a couple of cards at least. I mean, I guess we can have the sheep out as a deterrent. It's kind of an awkward time to play sheep, but no, I do have the enabler. I kind of want to hang on to it. It's like, how greedy can I afford to be at this point?
My hand is too full.
Not a bad mill. He's almost certainly got, what, an extra 2 points of damage to what he has on the board now, though. Brute. Is this a silence druid? Nah, can't be. No, it's definitely not a silence druid. It's an I'm poor druid. Terrible. Oh yeah, that's lethal. Darn it.
Well played.
Oh, you're gonna do a Newbie's Guide series now. That's pretty cool. You can definitely leave they still even have a messaging system on YouTube? I was gonna say you could message me on YouTube, but actually probably the best way to contact me would be to actually comment on the recorded version of this stream when it ends up on my channel, which should be like less than an hour after I finish up here. You record a comment, it should send me an email when you do that. If you have any questions about video editing, I don't know, maybe you're already a pro at that kind of thing, but
I must protect.
I learned how to do a lot of that over the years, so I'd be happy to answer any questions of yours when you're making that series. You gotta get into like just a totally different mentality. Yeah, thank you for summing. You gotta get into a totally different mentality when you're playing Mildred. You really do. Like the first thing that went through my head is, oh, I can coin Youthful Brewmaster next turn. No, there's no need for that. I gotta save the coin as well. Not hero power it down here. You don't gotta worry about watching the stream, of course, because you're not only because you're watching some of it now, but because it's gonna be a big, long, unedited, you know, stream. But it would just give you a way of commenting on it, since I don't think I've got my email address listed. I don't know. I might have my email address listed on Twitch. See it there. You're welcome just to use that. I want a pyro here. I want to get... You're going to get pretty good value out of the pyro, so I think I'm actually going to just play the useful here. Just kind of playing it like control. So I can 2 coin hero power down the elephant, and I think that's what I'm going to do. It's nice to have a 3-1 still on the board against an empty board from him, since he either has to weapon it down and he doesn't have... I mean, if he blows like a quick shot or a kill command on it, great. It's one that doesn't go to my face. That'll definitely get rid of his bow charges. Actually in pretty good shape. Do we silence here? It's a decent silence target. Effectively it kills a minion, so yeah, that's good enough.
I must safeguard the land.
Sort of like a mini big game hunter there.
I see.
Well, good thing I have non-spell healing. Although it is tempting to hero power that down this turn. I do have another heal card in my hand, so what are the odds are? If I go to 16, no, 17 this turn, he's representing 5. So he can get me down to 10. No problem, just with his hero power. So yeah, I'm not going to die next turn. Give myself a mana crystal, but no. I'm gonna draw a card. Getting questionable as a play. You generally don't want to, even as Mill, make the hunter draw cards, but he already had like 4 in hand. Interesting. Don't think it's Face Hunter. He's running the 3/5. Has he played any copies of cards that he hasn't? My gosh, it might be Reno Hunter. Jeez Louise. Yeah. I think we've got our play. Check this out. Wild Pyro. Swipe this. Nukes the board. So it's that I won. On 8, I can Bran Antique Healbot, so I'm probably going to use Healing Touch next turn. If he plays something big, I might Starfire. I'd like not to.
To my side. I let the dogs out.
One short of our big game. I don't have anything to buff it with for pure flashiness. So... I think I'll play... Yeah, I'll play Healing Touch. He might have lethal next turn. It's entirely possible.
For the wild.
Then again, he might not. 11. Nah, he'd have to play out 10 damage on 8 mana, and even with Kill Command enabled, that's pretty unlikely. Still, we're just sort of barely holding on here. We need a Poison Seeds combo that with the Sheep. It's really nice right about now. And Speak of the Devil. So for those of you that haven't seen this before, it's just an amazing combo. It is going to leave him with... Oh, it does kill the, yeah, so it takes care of Scar, too. The 2/2s that he gets from that. That's a big, big deal. Drawing that Poison Seeds, man, that was a really fortunate draw. Because now look what's gonna happen, you know, we're gonna play Bran and Antique Healbot, we're gonna go up to, what, 26, most likely. No joust for you.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
I got Reno. My rank is 17. Not been ranking up much this season at all, really, and truth be told, I usually don't. I like to play fun decks and just kind of noodle around in the lower ranks. That's how I like to do it. Going at it try hard, especially with the kind of hours that I work, I don't really have the time to do it anyways, even if I wanted to. And as it happens, I really don't want to. It takes a lot of the fun out of it for me. If this is a snipe, it'll destroy my my Antique Healbot combo. But I can follow up possibly with Justicar. Okay, it's not snipe. Good news. Starting to bounce back. Yeah, of course I call it Scar. You don't? Oh, he's gonna wish he didn't do that. I wouldn't have done that if I were you.
I've got the beast
I would have
in my sight.
taunted the 3/2 instead.
Well fought.
Wow! That was a much earlier concede than I was expecting. Okay. Well, I think I'm actually going to call it a night there. Quick stream, I know. But it's about time for me to start gearing down for the evening now. And so thank you for coming and watching. It was good to see a lot of you again, I know. And for those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Drop me a line anytime, either by commenting on YouTube or leaving me a message over at Twitch. It's twitch.tv/brbrainerd, same as my my YouTube username. So, have a good one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.